puppet combo tier list. Let's go. It's finally here. So I pretty much waited until I beat and played all, or if not most, of the puppet combo games until I can make this video. I'm sure all of you are familiar with the tier list format, so I don't need to explain that to you guys. We are doing the ultimate puppet combo game tier list. We are going to be ranking every single puppet combo game. We're going to be placing them in 5 categories, varying from goated to cheeks. Without further ado, my friends, we out. Okay, so guys, I have my tier list maker right here. This is a custom tier list maker that I made myself, all right? I added all the games, all the pictures and stuff so they could fit nicely in the little portrait mode. All right, I did that, yeah? And as you can see here, we have our little categories. So our 5 tiers that we're going to be ranking our games in are going to be cheeks, mid, pretty good, solid, and goated. All right, and only obviously the goated of puppet combo games are going to be up there in the goated spot. So let's get into the rankings, guys. So very first on our list, we got Babysitter Bloodbath. What do I got to say about that game? Guys, Babysitter Bloodbath was basically the first official puppet combo game, if you want to call it that. They originally wanted to make a game based off of like Michael Myers or something like that, and I'm pretty sure they did use the Michael Myers model, and obviously for copyright reasons they couldn't do that, and so they ended up making Babysitter Bloodbath. Off the rip, I have to put Babysitter Bloodbath in goated tier. It's just the first, it's the classic. You can't, I mean, come on, it's the first. This is what basically pioneered the entire puppet combo style, you know? So I gotta place Babysitter Bloodbath in the goated spot. I just have to. I watched a ton of gameplays, and I'm pretty sure I played a little bit myself. I just didn't play it on camera because it's a pretty old game. It's pretty outdated, you know, you can feel it's outdated. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it's a classic. It's an OG, and you can't go wrong with it. Babysitter Bloodbath has to go goated tier, I'm sorry. Next up, we have Bloodwash. Bloodwash is another goddamn classic. It came at a good time. I think I'm gonna have to place Bloodwash in A tier. It has a great story. It's arguably Jordan King's best game, in my humble opinion, no offense. It's a good story, it has good exploration, good interaction with the NPCs. You know, you can get items and bring them to other NPCs, give it to them, and they'll give you dialogue. It's, you know, pretty complicated. It's actually really solid. I also love the environment, you know, the character models, and just the overall vibe of the game. It's just a solid game overall. Bloodwash is another classic. It's not by puppet combo, but come on, it's basically a puppet combo game. You know, I'm definitely fitting it into that category, and it's gonna go A tier. Oh yeah, my bad guys, I called it A tier, I meant solid. All right, next up we have the Booty Creek Cheek Freak. The Booty Creek Cheek Freak, I'm gonna have to put it in pretty good. Hey guys, Nerdfire here. Upon further inspection, this game is actually mid as fuck. In my honest, humble opinion, in my experience playing every single puppet combo game and all these, you know, games related to them, it's a bit of a step down from Bloodwash, which was their previous game prior to this game. I think it's very short, super random. It's not that scary. It's more wacky. Let's be real, guys. Come on, the Booty Cheek Freak. Come on. It's pretty wacky and stuff, but it's still a quick game. I don't think it was meant to be this crazy, innovative, polarizing horror game, you know, so I'm gonna have to put it in pretty good. Again, it's not too good, pretty short, but I did enjoy playing it. So yeah, guys, it's gonna be pretty good. Next up, we have Power Drill Massacre. Power Drill Massacre, again, I've said this for a few games, but it's truly what I think is another one of those games from the golden era puppet combo. A genuinely and true scary experience, guys. I don't think you guys understand. When you enter that factory and there's no music and that door shuts and locks behind you, it's just you and darkness. I swear to God, if you guys ever play that game, you guys will feel the dread the second you enter that fucking factory. That's exactly what you want out of horror games. That's that exact feeling you want. That you enter a building and you just feel so vulnerable. You just feel so exposed. Like at any moment, someone can come from the corner of that dark ass, you know, hallway and just strangle you and you're cooked. You know, that's exactly the vibe I get from this game. It's truly like it genuinely is scary. All jokes aside, genuinely, it really is scary. It's simple, but not too easy where you'll finish the game in like 10 minutes, you know? The items are randomized, so you won't get the same playthrough every single time. Even if you do know where every single item is, you know, those 3 keys, there's a good chance the driller killer is smoking your cheeks before you can even grab 2 keys, you know? He's super quick. It feels a little bit unfair. I'm not gonna lie, it feels a little bit unfair because he will catch up to you no matter what. And the controls are a little bit too clanky to truly evade him. But, you know, sometimes that's part of the charm. That's part of the charm sometimes, you know, where you just can't escape. He catches you, that's it, you're cooked. You know, you got to restart the run. That's just how it is. A fantastic game overall. It might get an update from what I recall, but who knows? That was such a long time ago. I remember saying that such a long time ago and it never did, but easily goated tier. Next up, we have Buzzsaw Bloodhouse. So this game is going in the solid category. It's a different type of puppet combo game. As you guys already know, most puppet combo games are survival horror games. You know, you spawn somewhere, you gotta find items, you gotta run from a killer, maybe kill the killer with items you collect over the game. Buzzsaw Bloodhouse is more of a platformer game. You know, you're given different levels and, you know, different, you know, obstacles, very deadly traps and stuff. It's pretty cool and it's pretty fun. It's definitely a change of pace. And I think that definitely contributes to it being in the pretty good category. So yeah, it's not too scary, but it more than enough makes up for it in the difficulty level. You know, it'll have you there for hours if you're cheeks, you know, it'll have you there trying to jump on platforms. I know I was raging my ass off when I was playing that game. I think I was playing that shit for like 2 hours and I was losing my fucking mind. But yeah, there are different versions of the game too. So definitely, you know, look out for which ones you play. But overall, solid game, definitely a change of pace, definitely one of the more unique puppet combo games. But we will get it more into, you know, different types of puppet combo games like the slashers and stuff in the other games. So yeah, pretty good. Next up on the list, we have Christmas Massacre. Oh my god, guys, what do I have to say about this game? Right off rip, bro. Right off rip, goated tier. I'm sorry. S tier, goated tier, it's at the top, bro. Come on. Christmas Massacre is one of those games I consider to be from the golden era puppet combo. You know, it's back when, you know, Corey was dropping, you know, the puppet combo vids, Night Watch, you know, goddamn Christmas Massacre, Nun Massacre, you know. This comes from that little era where puppet combo, in my opinion, again, I'm not trying to be rude, no offense, but this is where, you know, the games were peaking. This is peak popularity. This was peak scariness and stuff like that. A lot of people were, you know, getting put onto puppet combo because of these games, you know. So it's just a classic puppet combo game. Come on, guys, it's a classic puppet combo game. Christmas Massacre, it has a good amount of content in it, a ton of levels. You'll be in there for like an hour and a half. Like, it has a ton of levels. I think I was actually getting annoyed because there were that many levels. I kept on playing.
How long is this game, bro? I've been murdering for like an hour now. I'm starting to go insane.
That's like kind of a good thing, you know? Imagine making your player base mad because you have a ton of content. That's pretty good, you know? You know, there's a bunch of little things you can do. You can find little bongo clowns, little items and stuff like that, little costumes throughout the map. There's things to unlock. You know, it's pretty good. It's pretty well fleshed out. It's a good game. And most importantly, how can we forget? Larry is the main antagonist of the game. It's Larry. It's an automatic W. It's an automatic go to tier. Come on, guys. Christmas Massacre, that shit is going right up to the top. Let's go to the next one. Next up on our list, we have Day 7. Now, Day 7, I'm gonna have to put Day 7, I think I'm gonna have to go pretty good. Day 7 was pretty good, all right? It's not solid and it wasn't, you know, goated, but it was pretty good. It wasn't that bad. So first off, let's start off with the, you know, the positives of Day 7. It's a great plot. I mean, it's a puppet combo game based on the Backrooms, which is an already super popular and interesting idea. Again, it's a nice change of pace. It's still survival horror, but it's more psychological horror, you know? There's no actual killer that chases you throughout the map. It's pretty slow and it's more of a walking simulator, which is why it's kind of lower on the list, but that still doesn't take away from its scariness. And obviously that's the intention of the Backrooms, whichever version of the Backrooms you want to believe. I more so, and I've said it before, even in that video, that just the yellow Backrooms, yellow walls, humming lights, that is peak Backrooms. That is the only level you need. Fuck all those 1 million levels and all that bullshit. Nah, just that one level. That is all you need. You know, Puppet Combo took advantage of that and made a fantastic game based around it. I would love to see a different take, you know, where there's an actual killer chasing you and, you know, there's more stuff to do. But for what we got, solid game, super solid fucking game. Again, at the end of the day, it's more of a walking simulator. I'm sure all of you guys who have watched or played Day 7 know that for the most part, it's more story driven. It's more linear. but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's a solid game, you know, so it's going in a pretty good category. Next up, we have Deadly Night. So Deadly Night is another game published by Puppet Combo, but not made by Puppet Combo. It's made by Cubyte Games, if I recall correctly. I'm gonna have to put Deadly Night in the pretty good category. After the first initial jump scares and stuff like that, it gets extremely repetitive. Like, it's just super stiff, you know? It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It has a decent concept and it genuinely is scary at first, but it loses, you know, its scariness after that first, second, third jump scare, you know? I could just, I hear Dylan, I hear his scary, you know, scream or whatever. And after like 3 times, it just becomes like a little bit annoying, you know? It's not super scary after that. It's the same, you know, repetitive thing where you're running in circles, running around the house, the killer chasing you and stuff, you know? It's all right. So yeah, to sum it up, it's just scary person chasing you in a scary house, in a scary environment, you know? There's not much to it. Yeah, there's not much past a few scares, and you know, it's all right. It's decent. Next up, we have Nun Massacre. Oh my god, Nun Massacre. Where do you think Nun Massacre is gonna go? I'll give you a second. Goated! Oh, damn, why did it take you that long? Guys, is this going in goated tier? Do I have to explain myself? Yo, I'm about to go to the next one. I really don't have to explain myself. No, I'm kidding, guys. Obviously, I'm gonna explain, but come on. Nun Massacre. Probably, I'm gonna say it is probably the most popular, well-known Puppet Combo game, with Stay Out of the House being right next to it. Nun Massacre is one of those games that was just lightning in a bottle. It came at the right time, it hit the right crowd, it hit the right demographic on YouTube, on whatever. When I think of Puppet Combo games, there's different things I think of. I think of a lot like Christmas Massacre, I think a lot of Night Watch, you know, different games, you know, different type of styles, but truly when it comes down to it, when you think about it, Nun Massacre is the epitome of Puppet Combo games. It doesn't get more classic than Nun Massacre, than the Nun Massacre experience. It's just you in a super dark and abandoned church school with a super paranormal and scary tall ass nun chasing you with a knife. Like, it doesn't get more classic than that. It's easily Puppet Combo's most popular IP by a landslide. I mean, like, the Nun is almost objectively well known in the horror space community. You don't even have to know Puppet Combo. You just see that face, the black eyes, the black streak coming down the face, you know, the white little shit right here and the black veil. Come on, it's just Nun Massacre right there. It's genuinely, I mean this, guys. You guys know this. Genuinely scary, fantastic character and level design. It had a great look that hooked so many people, including myself and probably many of you guys. Multiple endings, and it received an update I think a few years back, where it added even more levels and more endings and more character designs. It's just a solid game. One more thing I'd like to add, it's available on every platform. That's what you love to see, guys. I think a lot of a good portion of Puppet Combo fans just aren't able to play some of their games because they're just strictly on PC. But when you have a game like Nun Massacre that hits on mobile, that hits on PlayStation, I think Xbox, like it's available to everybody. That's always a great thing. I always love to see games that everyone can play, you know, everyone can play this, and it doesn't take away from the experience at all. Whether you're playing it on mobile or on PlayStation, it's still the exact same game and you're getting the exact same thing, which is awesome. I love to see that. So yeah, easily Nun Massacre. None of y'all are arguing with me on this. S tier goated. Come on now. Next up on the list, we have Feed Me Billy. So Feed Me Billy is one of the more distinguishable Puppet Combo games. It's one of the first games, aside from Christmas Massacre and Blood Maniac, but they're basically the same, where you play as the antagonist, as the killer, you know, the killer that chases people and the killer that kills people, which is always a nice change of pace, especially in Puppet Combo games. You know, like how we said before, they're mostly survival horror. For this game, I'm gonna have to put in solid because it was one of the first to kind of, you know, change the direction of the Puppet Combo style. It's pretty short, but for what it is and the lore that it provides in the, you know, the grand scheme and the overall world of Puppet Combo relating to the CFV and stuff like that, it was the release of that game was extremely beneficial, I would say, to Puppet Combo. It added a ton to the lore. Obviously, we got a fan favorite in Billy. I know I've ranked Billy pretty low in some of my you know, ranking videos, but when it comes to its influence and its overall, you know, the overall impact, I gotta admit, who doesn't love Billy? You know, he's a crazy ass little motherfucker. You know, actually, he's not that little now that I think about it, but You got the mask with the gun, bro. He wasn't supposed to be this, he wasn't supposed to be this unnatural, paranormal person. He was just some regular ass guy with a gun, and that's scary. That's all you need. And that's like real life right there, you don't need a nun or a butcher to be scared, sometimes just a regular guy in a clown mask and a blue jumpsuit with a gun, that's enough to be scary. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put in solid, definitely solid. So next up we have the glass staircase. Now off rip, the glass staircase is getting a immediate solid tier category placement. I think we can all agree, and even when I played it off rip, that game is super polished, like super polished. You can tell that it was completely finished, and it feels like it was finished. It feels like a full length, genuine indie horror game, which I love. I love that. It's very different from other puppet combo games as well. You play as a group of girls in a manor, in a mansion type of thing. And there's some Resident Evil type of shit going on, It has a great story, a ton of lore. It's not too connected to the puppet combo world, but it's still a puppet combo game, and it's still somewhat in that universe, It's decently long, and it has great gameplay. Yeah, definitely a different type of puppet combo game, and I love it. The Glass Staircase, a classic. Come on, guys. It's long, it's good, Pause. Holy shit, pause. Next up on the list, we have Meat Cleaver Mutilator. So this game, Meat Cleaver Mutilator, I'm gonna have to put in pretty good. So Meat Cleaver Mutilator is another survival horror game, but this time around it doesn't feel as polished, It feels a bit buggy, a bit janky, a bit glitchy. Again, these are all indie games made by like 1-2 guys or something like that. So it's not too much of an issue, but I would be lying if I said it didn't take away from the experience. I did play it. It's on my channel. You guys can see it. And yeah, it was definitely a bit janky. It has decent scares. The killer has a mediocre design, not too complicated, but definitely enough to invoke fear in a lot of people. But yeah, the progression in the game, from what I remember, was just pretty boring. I was getting confused on where I was supposed to go, which items I was supposed to carry with me, where I was on the map. It was like a building. From what I remember, it was like a building. There's upstairs, there's downstairs, there's different rooms. You can fall through floors. Like, I just spit. So yeah, it was just super weird. Again, not terrible, but it could be better. It could have been better. Again, pretty good. It's right in the middle. It's pretty good. Next up, we have Murder House. Now this, again, is another puppet combo classic. I'm gonna bring up the golden era a few more times as I bring up more games, but in general, the golden era is what I consider games that came out at a time where puppet combo were at their peak. A lot of people were hungry to see the next puppet combo game, to get that feeling, that retro horror feeling, that genuine scare. And Murder House came at a perfect time. It was a great game. This game too is fully polished, full length game. And it feels like it's on different platforms as well. That's how polished it is. It's on PlayStation. I'm not sure if it's on Xbox. I know Puppet Combo has issues, kind of licensing and putting their games on Xbox, but it feels immersive. It feels fleshed out. It feels like it has a whole world that it's lived in. It feels legitimate. It has good chapters, great gameplay. Again, sort of that Resident Evil type of gameplay, and it has a great story and a great plot twist. If you guys, played it, you guys already know the ending and stuff like that. I don't know. I know I don't need to explain to you guys that game is like 2 years old or something like that, but you guys get the point. It's pretty good. I really love the art design, and I really love the color palette of the, the whole vibe of the game. So easily, Murder House, S tier, goated, easily. Next up, we have Night at the Gates of Hell. Now, I know I haven't played this on my channel. Yes, I know how you just said earlier you played all the Puppet Combo games. You're supposed to be that guy, all right? I played all the games, okay? All the games is on my channel, bro. I played this shit, all right? Damn. my fault. I didn't mean to get mad at you guys, but yeah. Come on, just take my word for it, all right, guys? I might get a lot of shit for this. I'm gonna have to put this game in, I'm gonna have to put this game in mid, guys. I'm so sorry. I have to put this game in mid. It wasn't really my cup of tea, It was a really goofy and wacky approach to the Puppet Combo style. Again, it's by a different developer. I forgot who. Maybe Jordan King? I think it was. The intention was not to be a replica of a Puppet Combo game. It's supposed to be its own thing. But when you play a retro horror game and you play stuff like that, especially when you've played games like from Puppet Combo, you sort of expect a super scary, a super raw, authentic, retro horror experience. But that's just not what you get with the Night at the Living Gates of Hell. Night at the Living Gates of Hell, you get a really goofy and wacky approach to it, which isn't bad. It's, you know, it certainly has its place, but it's just I don't think it fits in perfectly to the puppet combo style. It's not too scary, and the colors are a little too bright and childlike to truly be scary. So yeah, it's just too colorful, and it's not gritty enough, you know? It's not, it doesn't have that sinking feeling, you know? Not like when you play Stay Out of the House or like The Night Ripper by Puppet Combo. There's, you know, those games, you have that like that gritty feeling, you know, that this is a world where people are dying, people are getting slashed up, kidnapped, killed, and tortured in horrible ways. But The Night of the Living Gates of Hell is just zombies, you know, typical stuff. I think at the end of the game, it has a weird plot actually, now that I think about it. Just a weird plot at the end with, you know, some sharks and some portals and stuff. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that game, but it was mid to me. I'm sorry, it was mid. I'm gonna have to put it in a mid category. I'm sorry. Next up, we have Night Ripper. All right. Do I need to say anything? S tier, goated immediately. Night Ripper is arguably, in my opinion, a top 3 puppet combo game, with Stay Out of the House and Nun Massacre being the other 2. And also in terms of popularity as well. I feel like, and I've said this in one of my Q&A videos, Night Watch is probably single-handedly the game that got me into puppet combo. I remember, you know, because I watched Corey Kenshin, obviously, and he posted the Night Ripper. I can see the thumbnail right now with the Night Ripper, and he's, you know, right in front of the door. You guys remember that scene where he walked in and then, you know, yeah, you guys get what I'm talking about, but yeah. This is what I consider is one of the games that put puppet combo, you know, on everyone's radar. This is one of the games that genuinely, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, genuinely hooked me. Like there wasn't a game like that got me into a franchise as much as the Night Ripper got me into puppet combo. You feel what I'm saying? It's just the vibe, the look, everything, bro. The soundtrack, bro. Oh my god. That little intro where it's just like the little slideshow, and it's just like the text, and it's like I forgot what the song is called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna play it while I'm using this clip. Yo, that shit is heat. That shit is heat, bro. Come on. Is heat, bro. That whole game, the color palette, it feels super genuine. It's that 80s, you know, 80s, 90s, raw New York slum shit, bro. Come on now. It's S tier. It's goated. What is y'all talking about? It's, yeah, super gritty, very dark with a slight amount of jank. And I know I said earlier in some games that jankiness contributes to it feeling worse, but in this game specifically, and with this style, it fits perfectly. It beautifully adds to the flavor of the game, to the vibe of the game. Iconic killer, iconic soundtrack, good length, good plot. It just feels safe, it feels good, it feels right, you know? One of my personal favorites, again, I'm not trying to glaze the game too much, and again, this is a completely subjective tier list. Probably should have said that earlier, my fault, guys. But yeah, just, I think all of you guys can agree, the Night Ripper is just a classic from the golden era of puppet combo. It's just a classic. Come on, guys, what are you talking about? Come on, on to the next one. Next up, we have Night Watch. Oh my god, again, another back-to-back classic, bro. I know you probably don't need me to say what it's probably gonna be, but goated, immediately goated. Again, Night Watch for me is another one of those games that feels safe, it feels familiar, and it feels it just feels good, you know, to play that game. Again, it could be completely biased, but games like Christmas Massacre, Night Ripper, and Night Watch, those were all games I was playing when I had less than 100 subscribers, you know? These were all games I was playing, trying to make people watch me, trying to get people to watch me, just trying my hardest, you know? I was just playing these games, praying to freaking God that someone would watch me. And fortunately, by the graces of the universe and God, that I have you guys now that watch me and watch stupid shit like this and stupid shit that I put out. And thank you guys so much. I know I just went on a tangent, but yes, Night Watch is so incredible, guys. Come on. Night Watch is kind of a continuation of Power Drill Massacre, and it adds, you know, the driller killer, adds more lore with the driller killer, which is always great. You always love to see games and, you know, kind of connect to different games and add more lore, especially in a game like the puppet combo, you know, universe. It's always nice to have different connections, little Easter eggs to different games, you know. It has an amazing vibe, amazing atmosphere, Like, oh my god, I want to play that right now. I still have that game saved on my computer. I go through games, sometimes I delete games, but Night Watch, I keep that. I'm gonna keep that on my PC forever. It's just a nice game to have right there whenever I want to boot it up. It's just the vibe is just immaculate. Another thing I want to glaze about this game is that it's just linear, you know? A lot of people think linear games are kind of boring, you know? Oh, there's not much to do. You can't stray off the path, you know, you got to follow the story. But in this context, in this game, it's beautiful. It's exactly what you need. I don't want to explore where I don't need to. I don't want to go in this part of the forest if I don't have to. I just want to play the game and how it's intended. And I think Night Watch does a great job of that, you know? So yeah, go to tier easily. Come on, guys. Next up, we have Planet of the Bloodthirsty Santa. So guys, I actually have played this game. I have a full, I think, hour-and-a-half video. It's unedited, but somewhere in my PC of me playing this game, and I never put it out. Wanna know why? Because that shit was low-key cheeks. I don't mean to offend anyone that likes this game, but it was just not what I expected from a puppet combo game. On the surface, you would think, right? A puppet combo game based on, you know, Christmas, based on Santa. You know, surely it's a surefire hit, surely. But in execution, it's not as good as it could be, or the story isn't as good as it could be. It's cool in concept, but in execution, it didn't live up to what I think it could have, you know? A good portion of the game is you just running around, I think this like planet, this like Santa planet, it's weird, I don't know how to explain it, but and sometimes you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're looking for, there's different houses, it's huge too. Like I said, this is exactly what I said before about like why linear games sometimes are better, because when it's not linear, sometimes you're just running around looking for shit for like 30 minutes and you're nowhere near where you're supposed to progress, and it kind of takes away, you know, that feeling of progression. I know there's been a few times, and not just puppet combo games, but open games where I'm just like, I'm there for like 30 fucking minutes just like looking around where I'm supposed to do, like what the fuck am I supposed to do? And it's just like, again, that could be because I'm a dumbass, right? But I think for the most part, your game should be made with the intention of being straightforward, simple, people can follow, you know? And this is just not one of those games where I feel like it was that simple and easy to follow, you know? It requires you running around a little bit, and it's just, when you do make it toward the end of the game, it's a little weird. They're just Santa helpers, you know, they're so OP, like they're too OP. There's no reason why they should be that strong. They're like fucking 3 feet tall, and they could tank like 5 different fucking ray gun bullets, bro. It's stupid. I don't know why. Why are they so tanky? I don't know why. Yo, and they be pulling up like 5 deep, bro. Like you cannot win against these guys. You have to run away, shoot, run away, shoot. Like it's weird. It's annoying. I don't know, guys. Yeah, it was just super annoying to deal with. The controls were clanky, not too clanky, but just not pleasant to play, you know? So I'm sorry, first game in the cheeks tier list. I'm sorry. It has to go there. Next up on the list, we have a more obscure and shorter game, but it's Pancake House. I actually have a little quick, like 3-4 minute gameplay of me playing that way back in the day when I was terrible at making videos, and it's all right. It's I'm gonna put in pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, about the picture I used for this game. I couldn't find an actual cover, so I ended up just taking one from this guy on Pinterest. Thanks, dude. If you guys played Pancake House, or if you guys heard of it or seen it, it's a very quick sort of concept game. It wasn't not fully finished. It was more of a concept game, more of a, you know, quick, let's put it out there real quick as a demo. And it feels like it and it plays like it. It's only really realistically 10 minutes of playtime, which is well, it's a demo. Come on now, it's a demo. But for the most part, it has a great environment. Obviously, it's based on Waffle House. I think when you base horror games and stuff like that on real locations, it kind of adds a little bit more scare, you know, because it's just, oh, that's kind of real life right there, you know. There's not much to it other than the fact that it's just another puppet combo demo, and that's really all there is to it. So yeah, it's going pretty good. Next up, we have Stay Out of the House. Now guys, where do you think this is going again? I mean, come on, Stay Out of the House. That is literally easily either number 1 or number 2 when it comes to puppet combo games and its popularity and its overall, you know, knownness. It's a classic puppet combo game. It is easily the most polished and fleshed out intricate puppet combo experience you will ever get. They poured so much time into this game. This game, literally what you see on Steam or whatever now, that is the product of years in the making. Years. This is multiple years right here. From AI, you know, training to level design to everything. Every little detail, every little thing that you in that game is years and years of hard work and genuine, you know, blood, sweat, and tears put into that game, and you feel it. It feels like a true true horror indie game experience. The AI is extremely solid for what it is. It almost feels lifelike, you know, to have the butcher set down traps in places you've been in, lock up doors that you've opened, stuff like that. It feels alive. It feels good, man. Multiple ending, and without a doubt, iconic killer in the butcher. I'm sure we all know the butcher. We all love the butcher. Butcher, please, if my cheeks is open for the taking, it's all yours, bro. And yeah, like I said before, multiple endings. It has a ton of replay value, so much replay value, and it's great. Still super relevant game. Fantastic game, really. If you had to recommend people puppet combo games, like, oh, I'm getting into puppet combo, what games should I play? Nun Massacre, Night Watch, Christmas Massacre, Stay Out of the House. Probably like other games too, but Stay Out of the House easily is in that list. Come on, guys. Next up, we have Blood Maniac. Now, Blood Maniac is kind of like a part 2 to Christmas Massacre. Not exactly, but basically. Blood Maniac, I'm gonna put in the solid category because for what it was, for the demo it is, and for, you know, what it means to Christmas Massacre, it was basically Christmas Massacre 2. It basically is Christmas Massacre 2. I believe it's almost the same length, maybe a little bit shorter, but it basically is just a continuation of Christmas Massacre 2. Different levels, same exact gameplay, different things to collect, different bongo clowns to collect, different levels, different people to kill, different designs, different houses. I mean, it's basically a Christmas Massacre 2. How can you not like it? It's not like they bullshitted on it. Like they just used it, you know, they used Larry's likeliness just to get more people to download it. No, it truly is a genuine, almost Christmas Massacre 2 like, you know, experience. It's essentially the same game, albeit with more costumes and different levels, you know. It's unfinished, but for what it was and for what it is, it's not bad at all. It is not bad at all. It's definitely a fun and quick slasher game experience, you know, if you wanna play something like that. It's definitely like that type of game. And yeah, it's not meant to be super deep. It's not meant to be super lore heavy. It's just supposed to be a quick, you know, hey, let's just slash some people and have some fun in this Christmas environment, in this snowy environment, you know. And I love that. There's, you know, games aren't supposed to have the most crazy lore, you know. Sometimes I just want to get on it and just kill people. Hey, I might have to censor that. Goddamn. All right, on to the final two. These are more games that came out recently, but I just played them, which is why I'm adding them to the list, and which is why this list even took that long, because I wanted to play everything first. We have Rewind or Die. Rewind or Die. Again, Rewind or Die, I'm putting in pretty good. I'm putting it in pretty good. Rewind or Die, you know what, scratch that. I'm actually gonna put in solid. Rewind or Die, I'm gonna put in the solid category. It's one of the more recent games, and for being a recent game, it actually has a decent impact for being a recent game. It has a pretty memorable killer in that of Slaw. And yeah, it's a solid game, decent length. I think my gameplay was around an hour and 40 minutes, which is great, obviously. I mean, from an editing perspective, it's like, oh damn, I gotta cut it up. But if you're just a regular person playing a game, an hour and 40 minutes of gameplay for its price it's solid, you know? It's somewhat scary, not too scary, but it's somewhat scary. It has different endings, multiple endings. I know I only got one of the endings. No, yeah, I think I only got one of the endings, but there are different endings you can go ahead and collect. It has good level variability, but it's just one of those games I'd probably only play one time, you know? As it isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying I would never play it again if I had to, but it's one of those games I'd probably just play once and that's it, you know? I'd probably never play it again, and that's all right. It's all right. And the last game we have on our list is the most recent, I think, and it's Ding Dong Dead. I actually just finished playing that game. I'm probably gonna put the gameplay up today. Not today. Whenever I'm recording. I'm recording this in real life, you know. But whenever. Yeah. What am I saying? Ding Dong Dead. What category do I place it in? Pretty good. Right in the middle. Pretty good. Again, I think it's another game by. Oh shit. Who's it made by? Jordan King? Shit, I actually don't know who it's made by, but it's not Puppet Combo. And you can feel it. It's definitely not Puppet Combo. It's a unique type of game. You spawn in like a safe house, and you enter out in the world, and you could start new games and stuff. But it's the same house, and you can get different endings. In my gameplay, I got all 3 endings, and it was pretty good. But again, not too scary, and it was a little bit more weird, you know. The good thing is I do like about Ding Dong Dead is that it has you know, stats system, and there's actually there's actually things you can do in the game to increase stats, you know? Like for example, I'm pretty sure if you kill the NPCs, you get more muscle points, and with those muscle points, it makes it way more easier to kill the Ding Dong Ditcher Ripper. I didn't know that in my gameplay, but I think you can do that. But there's just like little stuff like that you can do. The plot is a little weird and a little random. And especially the endings you get are a little weird and random, but it's all right. It's decent. Again, I'm putting it in pretty good category. It's pretty decent. Alrighty guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I just ranked every single puppet combo game, or you know, games related to puppet combo. As you can see here, I got the little puppet combo meat Cleaver Mutilator shirt. I might have to stand up for this, as you can see. I don't know if YouTube is gonna hate on this shirt. I might have to censor that, but hopefully I don't. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it this far. This video right here specifically has been a long one in the making. I know I've said that for so long that I was gonna make a puppet combo game tier list, but I just wanted to play every single game before I wanted to make this video, you know? And of all people on YouTube, I'm the king of fucking puppet combo, alright? I played every single one of those games. You motherfuckers get on my channel right now and see that shit. I got all the gameplays on my channel, so if anyone were to make this video, I'm pretty sure you guys can agree it'd probably be me, right? Thank you guys if you made it this far. You're so clutch for making this far. Thank you so much. It really means the world to me. And I hope all of you guys have an amazing, beautiful, awesome, fantastic, wonderful, delightful, and amazing day. I'm pretty sure I said amazing twice, but it's your boy Blindfire, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.